everybody. Today we're here at Rare HQ. I'm with James and Justin, developers on Viva Piñata, which we're going to start playing now. I'm excited, but it's bad news because...
We've started in a bad situation. You've already managed to make one of my piñatas ill.
Oh, there he is. Oh, look at him. So sad. Have you named all of these as well?
I wouldn't say all of them.
No.
I tend to find I start naming them, and then when they start getting eaten, I realise it's just not worth it.
Well, I'm going to have a look around first, and if he
Okay.
dies in the meantime, what can you do?
It's nature.
It's the
Well,
circle of life.
Just keep an eye on him, see if he's...
See if he worsens in the
That's
course
right.
of this let's
Yeah.
play.
You know, survival of the fittest or whatever. So, Viva Piñata is a game where you make a little garden, and it's very cute. And then a worm turns up, and then a bird turns up and eats the worm, and it goes on from there.
Pretty much. We like to call it a nature simulator.
So, one of the nice things about this game is that everything has a pun. This is a beetle, but no, it's a sweetle, because they're piñatas.
I think one of my favourite parts about making the game was actually the puns you just mentioned.
Yes.
I think it was quite late on in VP1 when the decision was made that everything should be a horrendous pun on the sweets. I
Good.
think I was in holiday in Scotland and I got a text from one of my friends who was a developer on the game as well. He was going, they've done it, they want suggestions for puns for animal names.
Yeah,
So
highlight of your career,
Yeah,
right?
the entire drive back down from Scotland, me and my wife were just trying to come up with silly names for cows and sheep.
Yeah.
But, one of the aspects we really wanted to I think, lean heavily on is the customization aspect of it. Because although there's, I forget how many, like 70 odd animals,
Yeah.
I think, but beyond that, like all of them have about 3 or 4 different colour variations,
Yeah.
and you can stick hats on them, you can name them, you can make the garden look pretty much however you like as well. We really wanted to make it sure that although there was one game, everyone's garden would look different at the end of it.
And I always like the idea that if you liked a particular set of animals, there was enough to do with that set of animals where you could kind of ignore the rest. You didn't have to have every single animal living in your garden at the same time. You could just choose a subset, and they were interesting enough where that would keep you busy.
So you could just have birds.
Yeah.
You could have a little
Oh, we did.
aviary.
This version of the game, it came with a special fence, so you could keep the birds in, because previously, obviously, all the fences were low and the birds would just fly away.
Yeah.
So we made a special bird-proof fence, so people, did specialise in birds for this second game.
No regard to the rules there.
So look at them doing their little dance. So cute.
I can't remember who did the animations for the worms, but I absolutely loved it, because whoever managed to get that much character in basically what is a sock.
Oh, I've done terribly. Oh, go little guy. No.
Oh.
You can do
Do
it!
it.
Come
Go.
on!
Go.
That's it.
Get your
it.
woman. Or man, I don't know.
We did like to ask after a while. If you start keeping a family tree in Piñata, it gets a bit dark.
Just don't question it. Did you guys never question that maybe this was
I
a
think
bit...
we've just become desensitised over the years. This is just normal everyday life here at Rare.
Wow. Got some moves. Did you guys ever act out these dances yourself? Because I feel like the answer might be yes.
We did once, but then HR complained.
What made you decide to add all the evil guys?
I'm going to point at Justin for this. Wash my hands.
Because it was a game where you attract things in and they come and stay and you make things nice for them. We needed some sort of we thought we needed some sort of enemy to come into the garden and cause trouble. And at first we just had the ruffians, and then we decided that some of the animals would be fantastic as enemies, and actually it gave us a whole new thing to do. So to turn this guy into a normal Profitamol, the only name I got into the game.
Really?
Yeah. To turn to the sour guy, it was like a whole set of new puzzles. So and once you beat them, it stopped the old ones coming in. So it gave us a chunk of gameplay that you could use for the whole game. But people really liked them.
Which one's your favourite?
Oh, that's a tough question. James knows it. I can tell by the way he's looking across at me.
It's mine's the goo bar. I seem to have a thing with sheep, so goo bar is definitely my favourite.
But there's none in here.
Oh yeah, this is still very early on. That is the ultimate aim of this garden.
And I really like the dog. I think Ryan
The
did a really
bark
good job.
dog,
Yeah, he did a really good job with the design on it. It wasn't like the type of dog I was expecting in it.
Yeah.
I like that.
There's so many I love there, because Ryan came up with a really nice style guide for there's silly things like, until you notice it, like none of the piñatas have knees.
Yeah.
There's
So
just,
let's see if we can see one walking around a bit. Come on, dude.
yeah, it's just.
Oh, don't
he's
fight.
still miffed
Look
his
at
friends.
him
Look at him.
Little stumpy legs. So another thing is that they all are voice acted, right?
I think that's quite a generous term.
Yeah.
This was back in the days when we pretty much did all the voice acting in house.
Yeah.
And there's some very good performances from
yeah.
one of our animators, Louise, who voices Leafos. But yeah, all the animals are the developers themselves, stuck in front of a microphone and made to act the fool.
Well, we had a problem right at the start with so many animals, how we were going to do the noises for them, especially when some of the animals don't have noises in real life, so it gets really difficult to...
Yeah.
What noise does a worm make in real life? Well,
They're
we
squeaky,
didn't know.
obviously.
So it seemed like a great job for the team.
My favourite noise is the donut, and I need to know who did that.
That might be me.
Yeah? Yay! You're my hero!
Yeah, this is one, I can't remember who I was doing with it. It might have been Jamie. Jamie just sat me down in front of the mic and said, we think this animal makes a certain noise, and he gave me a description. See what you can do.
Amazing.
He was quite surprised when that came out of my mouth.
Yeah.
But it's somehow stuck.
If you ever come across a deer making that noise, it's not right. And you should probably call the RSPCA or something.
There you go, there's the Arctic over there.
One of the different areas, the Pinatas.
Yes.
Pinatas, yeah.
We don't know
rare
how to
game
pronounce
without
it.
horrendous puns.
We just know when it was on paper it looked about right.
Yeah. Did you have like meetings where you were sort of writing all these terrible puns on the board?
Yes, we had a big list. We had a big list for the team to put down names, well, for the original game and for all the animals. We just had a huge table with everyone's suggestions in.
So you've got really small characters. You've got your bunny combs over here.
Yes.
And then you've got massive ones. And the bigger they get, like the elephant shakes the ground,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a nice detail.
So on the Xbox 360 you can use the webcam to scan them in, and one thing that we did have originally was cards that could make them bigger and smaller. But we did have trouble with that because it worked for the most part. You make a large bunny, it's not too bad, but you make a large elephant and then suddenly your pathfinding goes to pot. So it's just like he can't move anywhere. He just sort of
Takes up the whole garden.
Yeah.
And then he gets very sad and dies.
That's pretty much how it ended. He just sat there, realised he couldn't move to see his friends, and that was it.
I wanted to be bigger now.
But equally, when you had a tiny elephant the size of a worm, that was superb.
Yeah. So initially, when we first started developing the original game, and you romance the animals, the baby animals were a fraction of the size of the parents, and within a limit. So each animal had a little size variation on it, but we didn't have any age limit on the creatures romancing. So we had a great afternoon where we produced little tiny elephants. I mean, like smaller than the flowers.
Yeah. And then they're like, no, you have to hash that out, and you're like, but they're so small.
It's so cool. How have you done that? Well, the child of that one and the child of I see where this is going.
Yeah. And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up. But we've had a great time exploring this garden, killing animals, and making others, do the worm dance. I was trying to keep it PG. So guys, thanks very much for watching. Thanks you two for coming on and telling me all your crazy anecdotes.
We're sorry.
Yeah, me too. Guys, make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. And let us know in the comments, which is your favourite Viva Piñata animal? See you next time. Bye!